Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll try the run. And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time? SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Man, that is a big play offensively to make that catch off the deflection because it gives them the first down. It keeps the chains moving. Remember, they're in their own end of the field here. If they don't make that play, they've got a punt, and they've set their opponent up with great field position.
Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
When you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, and you could tell he wanted to get into the big man, and I would too, by the way. You got a 6'4", 6'5", 6'17" wide receiver out there. You want to throw it up so he can make a play. Set those feet first, then you give it to him.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Florida State.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Let's go. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wasting no time taking a shot. Makes the grab, gets the foot down. Just precision execution on that big play. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. LSU right back to the line. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of some matchups somewhere else.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Getting some heat. And down he goes back at the 3.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on third down.
Down and touchdown right out of the chute. They'll try to keep their first drive alive by converting on fourth down from their own territory. Turns it loose deep. Reels it in down the left side. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick.
Lets it fly. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, LSU! That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. We saw a great example of it right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Clay. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8, pocket starts to collapse. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Running back searching for a hole. At the 35, he's open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers. And this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
It's such a nice play getting that sack. And I'll tell you, what makes it worse is the fact that he has this crowd noise behind him. Death Valley is so loud, arguably the loudest stadium in the entire country, and I know that having played here before. You do not want to get behind the chains as an opposing quarterback with this crowd noise. It makes it so hard for your offensive line to hear the cadence and know when the snap is coming out, and you know it's helping this D-line get upfield. I think you saw an example of that on that last play.
And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Fourth and a long way to go, but the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
LSU 14, Florida State 7.
And the Seminoles are on the move. Looking for a crease. It's Averill. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that...
Headed to the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. A first down for the offense. Wide out in motion. They'll run the counter. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Buffalo needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Western New York behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Minnesota. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his spot.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. They'll try it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
Trying to get to it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. fast motion from the offense. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Setting up the screen. And they got him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Hauls it in at the 25.
Returner is tackled down at the 36. And your LSU Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off play action on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is good. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Turns it on in midfield. And he breaks into the open. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Snags it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The Seminoles want to move quickly. Pushes for the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
And after getting it right on the edge, they'll try to punch it in on 3rd down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
They're thinking touchdown here on 4th and goal. The kicker stays on the sideline. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Trying to barge in. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think he'll take the deep shot. Brings it in down the left side. Off he goes. The tag. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Fielded in the end zone, it's play. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here. He lofts one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their two guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
The Seminoles headed quickly to the line. They'll leave it with him. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Going for it on fourth down must be part of their philosophy. Just 1 for 3 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The offense in hurry-up mode. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and goal. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. So close to cashing it in for this offense. From the gun, looking for a man. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, LSU.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Fielded in the end zone. It's play. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. To the air on first down. Going for it all. He's got it on the left. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown LSU! And the stomping has commenced. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. USC has just had no answers today. You should see what the Trojan greats are saying on social media right now. Reggie Bush, Matt Minor, talk about not safe for work. They're trailing by 14 to North Carolina. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Open space at the 25. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. He's looking to throw it. Working the big fella to the corner. Running toward the tape. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Noles want to pick up the tempo. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect.
And that ball is picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to going downfield for the big play. And he's got it at the tag. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Sims. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Convert through the air. Makes the catch. It's Averill. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. And the Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
2nd down.
On the ground, it's Sims. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. At the 35, he's got room. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Noles are flying down the field.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The option look. Now the pitch. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple of carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. Got room at the 35. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. LSU quick to the line. The hand to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to the back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got the back over the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Averill. Across the 25, he's got room. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Number 27 with the catch and score.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
The extra point.
Splits those uprights right in half. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Arkansas State was able to come away with a victory, but it's not the type of dominant win we've seen in Jonesboro over the years. It is a win, but it honestly lacked any real style points. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising at times. Trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's hooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that.
Off play action. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Extending the play. He makes the connection. Open space at the 25. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The inside handoff. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, LSU. Florida State, 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Quarterback empties his backfield. On second down, he'll let it fly. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. LSU right back to the line. They're going to throw it again. Fires to the big fella. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the ball.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
They're trying to get to it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the route is on. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Coming out with it, it's Clay. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. DB's right up on the receivers. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
21.
He'll bring it out. It's Clay. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Give to the running back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. They get him for a safety. He tried with everything to scoop it up and get it out of the end zone, but they were there to stop him. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Makes a nice grab at the 25.
Returner is tackled down at the 34. And your LSU Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Complete to the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Looking to move it through the air. He caught it! And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Maryland is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. They're trailing by 24 to Central Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Toss to the outside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
Now the play fake. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission. with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They'll run the option. Now the toss. At the 15, he's loose. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On the option. He'll keep it himself.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Caught in the backfield, it's Averill. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is
the quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the loss of yards plays.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU quick to the line. Going up top on 1st down. Feeling some heat. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. After this, it'll be a wrap. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Blasted as he lets it go. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know it's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going over.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had